It's the Wickersham Leader Show with today's episode. It all started with a mouse. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back, my little co-pilots. Today, we are continuing our artistic endeavors through the world of Mickey and Friends, and today we are actually going to be taking a look at the main mouse himself. Isn't that something? Let me turn this down a smidge. Go to 3. Hello, Tyson. Glad to see that you could make it back again today. Last time we drew everyone's favorite, Goofy, the lumbering, tall beast of sorts. Some sort of dog creature, I'm sure. But today we are taking a look at Mickey Mouse, who, no doubt, has many different designs to pull from and inspire off of. But I've decided to take a bit of a standard approach this time. Gonna take a look more at himself from the 1940s, early 40s, that is. Once he stopped, around the time of Fantasia, Mr. Mouse Takes a Trip, that sort of thing. Because I think there's some validity to that design. I think they're gonna have fun with it. There's definitely some things about that design that I really enjoy. Not to mention, though, Mickey himself is also incredibly easy to formulate compared to Goofy. I mean, Goofy has all those bumps and wrinkles and a little, that stuff that makes him look, well, goofy, but Mickey doesn't have any of that. He's pretty straightforward, pretty straight-laced, clean-cut, But I don't think I have to just talk about it. I think it's time that we actually started doing something about it. Well, another lovely thing about Mickey is that he's very easy to conceptualize. I have a bunch of model sheets on hand, which is very nice, but all of them start with that most basic of shapes, a circle. Yep, he's literally just comprised of circles. Which works for me. The question I need to ask myself before I start, though, is what kind of pose is he going to have? And we might go with something a little more basic. Maybe a copy of a famous pose. Maybe something a little bit more laid back, with his arms behind him. We'll see. We'll run it through. I might be able to get away with using a circle tool for Mickey. But I don't want to do that. Mostly because drawing circles like this has the tendency to, what's the word I'm looking for? Drawing circles like this has the tendency, to make it feel a little stiff. I always have trouble making his eyes look correct. That seems to be a place I struggle with. Part of this is that Mickey has an interesting design compared to other cartoon characters at the time. Consider what cartoons were looking like in the 40s, and Mickey definitely sticks out. I mean, he was rocking a design that came out in 1928, and by 1940, it had been 12 years since then. Almost everyone else was using a completely different design at this point. I'm more familiar with drawing 1930s Mickey, so much rounder shapes, a little stiffer. But the thing about the 40s Mickey is that he's very squash and stretch. got a lot of unusual things going on with his body there compared to before. Of course, the problem with the eyes is finding the right proportions. As you can see, I run into an issue a lot of other pieces of art don't really have. A thing we're looking for is a nice curve. It's hard to get it right sometimes, but some artists have found a way. Not me, though. See, it looks like Mickey. You can tell that it's Mickey, but it doesn't look like Mickey, you know? Looks a little too stiff, a little too rough. Okay, that's a little closer to something more energetic. Looks a little closer to some of the stuff you'd see in the other shorts around this time. Not necessarily the model sheets that I'm basing my art off of. Think a little more Canine Caddy, a little more Canine Caddy, a little less Mr. Mouse Takes a Trip in this one. But I'm not exactly sure how I would fix it. Is there a guide for how Mickey's face should appear? Maybe I should make the pupils smaller. It's a little small. Your day was the best, Bex? Why is that? I think we could push this smile further. It's probably got something to do with the shape of the eye itself. That looks a little more correct. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's how big the nose is. Can we shrink that? Oh. Okay, no, hang on. Now for the nose. That's a little closer to what I was aiming for. He doesn't look... Looks a little... He looks a little unenthused, doesn't he? I don't know. It looks like he's putting on a fake smile as opposed to a genuine one. Is there any way that I can make this look a little more genuine? Let's try cleaning up down here. Maybe it's got something to do with the way I put the mouth on. Let me take a look more at these model sheets. That should give me the hints I need. Ah, the mouth goes really far back in my version, but let's see. Oh, that's much better. But I still not so sure. Hold on. Maybe if I... Okay, right kind of thing, but a little too... I like this one. Yeah. It's not exact. Some things about it I probably... Oh. You move that in closer to the center. Oh, that might be it. But the eyes... Now I can see why they added eyebrows to him. It's very convenient for making him look a little happier. I'm thinking that this might be what we go with. Question, of course, remains, what will the rest of the pose be? I tend to draw Mickey with this beam-shaped body. At least, this design of Mickey. This kind of shape that flows a little more naturally. Mickey comes and we can't deny the end any longer. What are you talking about, Speedy? Can't deny the end any longer. This is only the beginning. So the arms for Mickey generally pop out from right under his head. He, like, officially has a neck, but most of the time you won't see it. kind of a tendency I have to make his arms look way too thin. I also have a tendency to not think about what I'm doing before I draw it. Hello, Celeste. Meant that we can't deny the end of everything, not Mickey or Disney in general any longer. I'm still not entirely sure what you mean by that. Ominous warnings this early in the day? Satisfactory. Ugh, the arms. Maybe I'm approaching the body the wrong way. I mean, I want this kind of general... I kind of want this general pose where he's, like, leaning forward, and he's got one of his arms at his sides, and the other one kind of leaning out with an open palm. You know, a bit of a friendly expression. Mickey's shorts also tend to be a point of contention for me. Maybe I should try to make Mickey fatter. He is pretty thick. At least for the design I'm using. He slimmed up in the 90s. Seen Mickey everywhere these past few days in your YouTube feed, your Google recommendations, and even your dreams. Why is he in your dreams? This guy's being haunted by Walt Disney. Well, he's got to do something now that he's dead. Maybe let's try getting an idea of how we want to position everything. I mean, I could make the body face the same way, but I kind of liked it when his body was facing a different way than his head was. What? What's the for? Oh, you're grooving to the song. I see. Now, if you zoom in too close on Mickey, he looks a little naked, right? So, I want to get at least some of his shorts in the shot. Just saw a clip of Twitter saying Jabba Noodle say 8 a.m. is too late to work out. In what world is 8 a.m. too late to do anything? Oh, I saw that one because the person was asking them to come in at 8 a.m. and they said, I'm at a workout class at 8 a.m. because they start at 9 or something like that. And they're like, 8 a.m. is way too late for that. Because they're saying they wanted them to be inside the building and working for them. Hold on, I think... this might be what I'm looking for. Maybe a little more like this. There's got to be a picture of Mickey with his hands on his hip. Oh, there is one. It's like a stock image even. But I'm not trying to draw that Mickey, but it does give me some it does give me some ideas. Gosh, this Mickey that looks so lifeless. Not the one I'm trying to get like reference from, but it's the one that they started using pictures of in like the 90s. You know the ones I'm talking about, the one that looks semi 3D, has like one of 5 different poses and it's on every piece of merchandise. It looks so lifeless. There are a bunch of better looking ones out there. But this one does give me a lot of help to figuring out this pose a little more. What to do with Mickey's hands, for example. Alright, let me try to do this hand one more time. Excuse me. How do I... Flippin', excuse me. Excuse me. I feel like I'm just copying, I'm not understanding. I guess I don't need to worry about making the bottom of this perfect right now. What is this? Is this Soul Calibur? I heard it in a Gmod video years ago. Maybe you should do a Mickey version of Big Chungus. Why? Why would I do a Mickey version of... Someone else has probably already done it. Not exactly sure what me doing one would bring to the table. There's Mickey. Maybe I'll fix this arm a little first. Maybe? Maybe this'll work. You know, I really do like Mickey. Like, he's one of my favorites. He really is. I think the problem that you run into is that when you see Mickey Mouse the character, and you compare him to Mickey Mouse the corporate icon, you get a really two... Oh, hello, Sundari. Anyway, when you compare the two, you get, like, kind of two vastly different characters there, you know? You have this cartoon character, like any other, who just has his own adventures, he has a set of good friends, and he's generally likable and fun. But then you have the face of Disney, and it's like, that's not the same Mickey that I fell in, you know, that I fell in love with. He's not the same guy. More of a Bugs Bunny or Mickey fan? I think for me it's gonna lean towards more Mickey. But if we're throwing in some other characters, I love Daffy Duck a lot more. But some of my favorite tunes he's been in are... Some of my favorite tunes that Mickey's has been in are some of my favorite tunes of all time. I love Mr. Mouse Takes a Trip. I love Mickey's Service Station. I love, what else was there? Oh, Clock Cleaners, Lonesome Ghosts. Should I try to get more of his ears in the shot? I don't think I need to. I think this will be good. He takes up most of the frame. We could do that. Oh, and since Mickey's mostly... I guess since Mickey's mostly black, we're gonna have to also worry about that. I'll do the same thing I did with Goofy yesterday. We're gonna use black. Right, the buttons too. I have to consider what color the buttons on Mickey's shorts are. Let's see. They're white. Okay. In the older cartoons, they were yellow, but I guess they prefer white. Although he does frequently switch between white and yellow buttons in artwork, in official artwork. Then, of course, that's right, there's also the design of him where the buttons are actually drawn with the slits for the thread to go. The only, I mean, but, you know, compared to Mickey, Minnie's gone through many, many design changes, especially when it comes to her wardrobe. What do you guys prefer, Minnie in a dress or Minnie with her traditional skirt? And shirtless like Mickey? It's kind of funny, Mickey and Donald have the shirt and pants, and then Daisy and Minnie also have the shirt and the skirt. Well, let's begin. So we're gonna need red, white, black. Oh man, not that many colors here, is there? Red, white, black, peach, and the mouth colors. I like both, but I'm more used to the dress than the just skirt. I'm always more of a skirt fan, specifically also, like, when she turns around, you can see the bloomers. I just like that design. I've always been more of a fan, I should point out, I've always been more of a fan of Mickey's design in the late 30s. But I'm growing, but this design here is growing on me. I kind of like it. The whole thing with the reason they went for this design, I see why. I understand why. I see how this is more expressive and more of a character than what came before. Do we have an exact color palette? Hello? Alright, yeah, we'll just color pick off of its official artwork. What should we start with? Well, honestly, the face is probably the easiest part to do first. But then again, I know what we'll do. We're gonna take the line art, right? We're gonna make it black. Or we're gonna make it white, rather, the sketch. We're gonna put the face underneath it. And from there, we're gonna add the additions where the mouth and the... Yeah, we're gonna add the additions where the mouth and the nose would be. And then we'll color that all peach, so we don't have to worry about matching up the face shape and everything. Ooh, I'm devious. Now the problem is making sure that it's the right size. Also, you know, the right color. Of course, what we might want to do instead is just go with the old, you know, do it by hand method. Which we could give that a shot. I wouldn't be surprised if those guys used circle tools every time they had to draw him. Alright, yeah, circle tool. Definitely gonna want to use the circle tool. in from here. I'm going to do it by hand. I'm going to do it by hand. I didn't draw a perfect circle, and that's fine. I don't need it to be one. But if I don't do it by hand, it's going to look weird. It's going to look way too mechanical. And you got to make sure you get... You don't need perfect circles. You need circles that have expressions. They have personality. Right? You don't want the circle to just be a circle. You want the circle to represent something. You want it to, you want it to be something else. So I think the important thing here, for me anyways, is to draw that circle by hand. Because I could very well just use that circle tool, but it didn't line up, right? It didn't line up properly. This probably won't line up perfectly either, but... at the very least, then it'll look a little more natural. This will take a minute. You can't expect it to be all done really quick, especially when it comes to circles. My enemy, circles, honestly. Drawing them by hand this way, trying to get those shapes correct in the right position, not a doing. Heck, any big enough curve is a big problem for me. This nose isn't going to be much... I did it. That's the nose. Yeah, that's the that's the shape. Well, alright then. Come on. Once I get the head in place, the rest of this should be relatively easy, so if you'll just bear with me. Is there anyone else here who is actually a big fan of the Mickey cartoons? Because of course, there's a lot of people talking about the newer stuff since 2013. Although that show is officially over now. Although it does make me wonder what's going to happen to Mickey for a while. Maybe they don't need any more cartoons for a bit, because they can just replay these ones. Like, I just want it to be perfect, you know? What if I zoom in? Will that help? I like both, but oh, excuse me. No, hold on. I also meant to say this earlier, but Minnie with the dress is better for me. You like the pink dress that they normally give her? She's had a lot. I was gonna say she's had a lot of different designs over the years. Mostly just trying to decide what. Mostly just different dresses and stuff. The red one. Oh, not the pink one. Okay, the red dress. When did she wear the red dress? Because I can think of times where she wore the red skirt, but the red dress. Oh my gosh. It's like so close to being perfect. There it is. I don't remember specifics, but I liked it because it matched her bow. It might have been one of the Mickey Mouse Works shorts, although, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure Minnie wore just her skirt in those. But the color for those was inconsistent. Sometimes it was blue, sometimes it was red, sometimes it was pink or purple. It always matched the bow, though. Later designs for Minnie would even show, like, the strap of the bow wrapping around her head. That you like? You don't like when the bow just sits on there? I like Minnie's little bowler cap with the flower in it. That's fine, but the strap has more personality. I still think it's insane that Minnie never had a cartoon starring her until the 90s. Like, she never had a headliner. There was no Minnie Mouse cartoons, ever. They never made one of them for 60 years. 60 years! Oh, come on. You know, I kind of associate this song more with Sonic YouTubers, or just any YouTuber, rather, back when everybody had made an intro for their YouTube channel, and they would use this song with, like, clips of Sonic Unleashed or something. come on. Once I get this, the rest of this will go by so smoothly. You don't even know. Man, the way he keeps saying place so much that it doesn't sound like a real word anymore. He's ruined it. It doesn't sound like a word anymore. Come on, work with me here. I like you, Art. Why don't you like me? Oh man, I've spent an hour and I'm not even... I've spent an hour. And I bet I had like a half hour that was just trying to draw this circle. Okay. I think we can run with this. This is the closest I've been able to get. Giant curves and me do not mix. Oh well. It'll have to do. Alright, and from here, we can put on the muzzle. Okay, so now we just go right in here. Alright, good. I sometimes think about how Lizard Man reacted when he woke up as a big lizard monster. Wait, Lizard Man? Who's Lizard Man? You're not referring to the lizard from Spider-Man, are you? he have to wash his hands and looked in the mirror like, who's Lizard Man? He's from Soul Calibur. Oh, okay. I haven't played Soul Calibur. Told you about him before, I think. Probably. I mean, that sounds like something you would do. There we go. Now we just need the body, wow, yeah, this is going to be simple from here on out. Okay, so the body is going to be a little like... I think the gloves are going to have to go over instead of under this time. Yeah, they are, due to the way this is organized. And then right off the side. Okay. And then from here we've got the gloves. Okay, and then behind that white circle is another one, which also goes over. Now, on the other side as well, we've got two white circles, or two white circle approximations. Then another one behind that one. There we go. And then another black arm. I think we've got it. That's pretty much everything, except for the mouth. And that shouldn't be too hard to get a hold of. The mouth and the eyes. Wow. I mean, wow. Oh, sorry. What software or any other stuff do you use to extract the music from Raving Rabbids? Software that I can use. I don't have anything anymore. There's a well-known Wii music extractor program out there. You'll need to just get some files that have to do, what is it, like a BMS converter or something like that. It's been years. I'm surprised you're asking me about it. Hello, someone from somewhere. Right. What should I do first? Well, let's get the mouth. Let's get the mouth in. That's going to be the simplest thing to do. Oh, I forgot. Of course. How could I forget? The shorts. Let me just do a nice curve over the top. Are you get a copyright strike for that? For what? For drawing Mickey? No. What? No, you could already draw pictures. You could draw pictures of Mickey all you want. For being based. Oh, thank you. You could draw pictures of Mickey all dang day if you want to. Who says you can't? The copyright sign expired. No, you could... Fan art is considered fair use. You can already... Fan art is a derivative piece. It's considered fair use. You can already draw pictures of Mickey. You could have drawn pictures of Mickey and posted them online for forever. You could sell pictures of Mickey that you've made. I mean, South Park had Mickey on that show. Illegal to profit off an IP that doesn't belong to you. You can... Andy Warhol has that very famous picture where he's got 4 Mickeys arranged with different colors, and you can bet he profited off of that. You shouldn't want to know I'm from Russia, but somehow I talk like I'm born in the US. Is it because you learned English? Because that usually is the short track to being able to speak like you're from America, is you learned English. I mean, somehow. It's not really all that complicated, is it? Nice Mickey fan art, by the way. Thank you. It's not done yet, but we're getting there. Okay. Now that we've got this all filled in, gotta make sure that it lines up, and then that looks good. You hope you will like it. You don't already like it? I mean, it's not done, so fair, but still. Alright, now we just gotta put on the eyes. Although, do I want to put on the eyes now? Yeah, I'll put on the eyes now. I was wondering if I wanted to put in the nose shading first, but I think we'll put in the eyes first. And then we can erase the overlapping part of the eye once the nose is in place. Big, yeah, okay. And then we're gonna have to do some magic with this one. Sometimes you do art too, but not so often because of your pizza tower addiction. A pizza tower addiction? Huh. Why don't you draw pizza tower art? Alright. Now just to make this simple for me, try getting in the shading for the nose. You're addicted to Pizza Tower, the actual game. Yeah, that's what you said. I did. Well, I was asking, why don't you draw art of Pizza Tower? don't know how to color this one. So I'm finding out that my artwork looks... I keep finding out, and, you know, I know this happens, but I keep finding out that my artwork looks really different on different monitors, and it's kind of a problem. It's... Because now I'm running into the issues of the art looks good on one of my monitors, but it looks different on, it looks bad on another one. Due to the way that the screens display color. Sounds like you customized the sound effects and music. All I did was muting the sound effects and music. Okay. There we go. Since I'm here, though, let me clean this up a little. And then right here, I can see that needs to be erased a bit. Heck, maybe a little bit more than that. Okay. Should be able to somewhat work with this, right? Right. And then we've got just two more little pieces to take care of. Also, voice crack, you're welcome. One right here. And then one up here. One. There we go. And the one right here should be pretty simple. Ah, there it is. Holy cow, there it is. I got it exactly. Just be careful not to mess it up. There we go. And then from here, the only thing we have left are the eyes, and then we can start shading everything. Ooh. There it is. Aw, not bad! But maybe I should take a better look at this eye. We want it to be round, of course. Nice and bulbous. See, normally when I draw my eyes, I always do this. Maybe I did wrong with the .bank file. The .bank format was corrupted. By the way, the .bank is Fmod format with all SFX and music. Oh, I have no idea about Pizza Tower modding, personally. I've never done any of that. So I honestly cannot tell you anything pertaining to it. Too small. That works. That works very well. Okay, well. Certainly makes things a little easier for me, doesn't it? Now, where do we go from here? Because everything is pretty much just round shapes at this point. There's not too much to do. Guess we'll keep going. Okay. Whoops. Let's try to shade somebody like this. See how that goes. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about this part. We need to shade this. Nope, erase it. There we go. There we go. Think so. Yeah, there we go. All right. Excellent. Time to get a move on with the rest of it then. Oh, I see. Well, good thing I recognized it early then. I mean, I don't know how I wouldn't recognize it early given the circumstances. Hang on a moment. Maybe not that. Maybe more of like a general. Maybe more of a general darkness as opposed to one that's specifically targeted around there. And we'll try doing the same thing around here. A nice, yeah, good showing under the lips here. Just kind of play with it, see what feels good. Just erase that a little, just loosen that up. Oh, I also forget, I always have this on and I keep forgetting that. What is a one-up boy? If you don't know, you're not old enough to know. Oh, thanks, Zelrog. I assume you know, because you're flippin' ancient. The only thing I can think of is that really old GIF you'd find everywhere on gaming sites of Paper Mario and Peach. Saw in the description that the game said Cuphead, but it's not. I don't know why it says Cuphead. It shouldn't be. I didn't set it to Cuphead. I haven't played Cuphead on this channel in a year. What's the reference image from? Looks 2000s? It's from Mr. Mouse Takes a Trip in 1942, I think. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Mickey shorts, Mr. Mouse Takes a Trip. When it comes to this Mickey, I pretty much always stand up for the design in the I pretty much always stand up for the design in the 40s. I just have a really big soft spot for that era because I think it has a lot of personality, but just over the years it became sterilized and lost a lot of the cute factor, I think. There we go. If it was from the 2000s, it would look a lot more stock. The colors would be cleaner. The faces would be a little less energetic. His name you could name as a third cartoon icon alongside Mickey and Bugs. Yeah, SpongeBob. Not even a contest. It's SpongeBob. It's so obviously SpongeBob. Thinking about one of those character cross images. Oh! You mean like one of those where they've got three characters and... Where they've got three characters and you, like, draw a character to make them look like each of them, like, were combined or something? Is it one of those? Yeah, combine. Oh, gosh, I don't want to see a Mickey Bugs SpongeBob combination. No, thank you. Is there any more? I don't want to overdo it. I think I can live with this for now. I think we'll leave it at like this. And bring in the... Oops. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, bring in this color. That Widow's Peak looks familiar, Kakarot. Gosh, a full-on Dragon Ball Z with Mickey in the gang. I have no idea how that would even go. Would Vegeta be Mortimer? It would be like... It would be like Mickey would have no idea. Oh god, he'd have no idea that he was like a Saiyan or something. And he'd live his whole life, but then one day his like brother or his like cousin Felicity Fieldmouse shows up. And then Mortimer is like a planet conquering oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's... And then Pete would be King Piccolo. Obviously. Oh my gosh, this is great. Donald feels Krillin-like. Goofy is Yamcha. I'm thinking, like, what other... He's getting to copy of a copy territory, but does Mortimer have a girlfriend or equivalent? Nah, she normally goes after Minnie. Excuse me, he normally goes after Minnie. And occasionally in House of Mouse, he went after Clarabelle and Daisy, but usually it's just Minnie. My Hero Wackydamia. Oh my gosh. Mickey breaks every bone in his body to go plus ultra. It's genius. Let me try to... You know, Donald and Goofy both have superhero alter egos already, actually. It's the Duck Avenger and Super Goof. Most of that's in the comics, though. Although the Duck Avenger did get a video game. It was called PK Out of the Shadows. Very unusual. Quail Man. It's more likely you're gonna see Quail Man in Disney Speedstorm than in Nick All-Star Brawl 2. Although, as far as I know, Disney doesn't even do anything with Doug, like, at all. Got Sora and Smash, they'll never compare to the dream of them getting Doug in. Oh, this is the wrong blue, I just realized. Right? Oh, that's the same white? Oh gosh, it must be my eyes just playing a trick on me. That's always how it is. After you finish his drawing, put him in a robe and watch that version get 100 times the reposts. Oh gosh. Do I want to add even more black? He's already covered in it. This is amazing. 10 out of 10. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Ooh. There we go. That was stanky. With the horns? He had a stanky horn? I like it. Maybe a different color. Maybe just a pure, straight, darker red than the one that's in there. That should work. That usually works. Yeah. We'll just go with that. It's basic. Don't need to do too much to it. This was simultaneously one of the more annoying ones I've done, but also it's one of the easiest ones I've ever done. Like, drawing Mickey's head took forever, but everything else is so simple that shading it's gonna be a breeze. It's mostly black, so I don't have to do too much. And then everything else is like one other color that doesn't really interact with much else, and you don't have any shapes that really overlap too much. Like, it's, oh man, it's actually kind of a break. I love this style. The art you draw is actually going to be in the 3D Mickey Mouse movie. What? No, it's not, but what? That's a good point. Solid black is easy to animate. Probably why so many characters used it. Well, it's easy to animate in some ways, but harder to animate in others. For example, where does Mickey's other arm begin? That's something you want to know. Not to mention that everyone ended up switching over to giving their characters gloves because you can't see the fingers. I mean, the reason Mickey got this design at all is because his old design was proving difficult to work with. I think there's a boundary break for Kingdom Hearts that showed what a weird angle Mickey had to be in for his ears to have the iconic silhouette. Well, Kingdom Hearts is actually usually an example of a series that doesn't care about Mickey's ear position. It's very unusual in that regard, especially when he's got the hood on. His ears don't move. However, sometimes in certain cutscenes they might. But there's actually a lot of Mickey games where they do bother to make sure that his ears are always facing the camera properly. As far back as the N64, one of the first 3D Mickey games is Mickey Speedway USA. It's about the reveal shot. Oh, you mean the one where... at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1? Okay, right. I didn't realize that was a 3D model. But yeah, the Epic Mickey games also made sure to have Mickey's ears face the correct position no matter which way he was facing. There's some math involved in that, I'm sure, but I couldn't tell you. What will happen if you're public domain? People don't enter the public domain. Now, your likeness might enter the public domain, but people can make parodies anyway. So, I don't know if you can tell, but something I've been trying to avoid with this design so far is making him look, is I don't want him to look stock. I don't want him to look like basic stock art. I want to give him some of that liveliness that he had in the 40s back. You know, I wanted to give him a little bit of that, a little spark of personality. Because a lot of times people don't think there is one, and there is, but it's not easy to see all the time. And especially with the way that they use him later on, it's really easy to feel like there's nothing there. And I don't necessarily disagree that they've fumbled him a lot. I think also another thing that happens is that people don't think he's funny, and as a result, they don't think he's worth watching. I also don't generally think Mickey is funny, but most of the time, I would argue that some of his best work is not when he's being funny. I would say that some of Mickey's best shorts are the ones where he's going on an adventure. Or ones where he's being a hero. I think those suit him a little better. Because those shorts had great display of things like artistry. Like when I see Mickey in Giantland, for example, that one's got a great sense of scale. Or The Brave Little Tailor, or Mickey and the Beanstalk. All those are great examples of using the art of the environments, you know, to help sell the story beats. When I think of like Fantasia, and I think of how like, I don't want to say epic, but epic's like a really good word here. Because epic had been so overused. As somebody who has personally gone through and watched nearly every cartoon Mickey has been in, a lot of the older stuff is really good in like a different way. It's more like looking at history than it is trying to entertain yourself sometimes. But there is fun to be had with it. I guess it's a little hard to explain the appeal of something like this when there's just so much of it is whatever, or meh, you know, at best. But, I mean, I got my reasons for liking it. Alright, let's shade that head. I don't want to go too hard on it. I don't want him to look necessarily shiny, but it's going to be kind of hard not to. With, again, he's completely round, so you can shade him like a sphere. There we go. That sells it pretty well. And I think up here we're gonna go for the white. Yeah. Okay, let's get the ears. Shading Mickey's ears can be tricky. Because somehow they're both completely round, but also still flat. Although there were some shorts where they experimented with Mickey's ears being, there were some shorts where they experimented with Mickey's ears being rendered more realistically. Like, they actually painted an inside to him, and they didn't follow the rule of going all the way around his head. I generally dislike that design, though. I do not like those. Might draw cartoon characters in the future. Well, why wait? Start now. You know, they say the best time to plant a tree was 8 years ago, but the second best time is now. All you need is a pencil and some paper. Might draw them on paper. Well, if you want to use my program that I've got here, it's called Krita, Krita. It's been good to me. Alright, full white, full opacity. Get that color in there. Shrink this a little, it's too big. What we want is a nice, strong line. Yes, that's it. He looks better shirtless than I do. I don't understand, but how many live streams you made on your channel? Gosh, I don't know. I've been live streaming since 2017, thereabouts. So this year, that would make it 7 years. But on YouTube, the number's a little smaller, since I didn't start streaming on YouTube until later. But even so, I've been around the block quite a few times. Alright, let's shade this back arm, and then we're done with everything that's black. We got 2 live streams just starting to make more. Well, have fun with it. Don't worry too much about the numbers. Just try your best. Keep at it. Okay. Well, now we've got that all settled. Let's start shading the white stuff. Yeah, this stuff's gonna be real simple. Heard of Toothless? Mm-hmm. I have. I've seen that meme. Dancing to that one song from Pokemon. I did always like Driftvale City. Not exactly my kind of meme. I mean, hey, I don't personally think it's all that funny, but what am I gonna do? It's harmless. Okay. Go for the next one. The 2 gloves at the front. And now we can add one of these onto it because they're facing the light source. Yeah, there we go. And then one more. Right down here. Okay, and now for the buttons. This should be real simple. Maybe not that simple. Hold on. Lower the opacity, play around with it. Okay, so the thing I want to do is I want to make it feel like there we go. Maybe a little too much. You know what? Hold on. Start over again. Maybe a little less oppressive for the color to come in. clean that in there. Get that in. And then slowly straighten it out. Aha. And what we can do from here is we can take this and just play with it until we get the right feeling. And on the far right side, we can go pretty dark, I think. Yeah, that works. All right, the last thing we need to shade, and the last piece of Mickey's body, is the pants. Very surprising to me. Good gracious, he was naked for a second. And then from here, we'll put on a brighter color that sits right on here. A little in the middle there. Maybe? No. Maybe just in here. No, I don't think so. Okay, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, yeah. Only one thing I think I want to do, and that's about right. Yeah, about right here. I want to get one more of these in there. Maybe not. Hold on. There we go. Pressing too hard makes it too harsh. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's our Mickey. Maybe I want to play around with the mouth some more. That's too dark. I think that one's fine. Okay, yeah. Now for the background. I don't think I want to do anything too complicated for this one. I think we're going to just go with an old classic. Okay. Yellow. A little bit more of this color. Fill that in. And from here, we add in a starburst. It's basic. It works. Generally. Yeah, that works. Maybe a little... Alright, yeah, that's it. That's our Mickey. Unless... Hold on. Oh, I might be able to get away with doing this. If... Oh, right, that would be the other way, wouldn't it?
Maybe we will go with this color after all.
Okay, that works for me. We want it to be able to stick out from each other after all. And, let's see. What do we want to make the font color today? Maybe just a red. Like the kind I used yesterday. Oh, that looks good. Yeah. Well, look at that. Isn't that nice? It was pretty painless, too. I expected it to be more of an issue, but no, it just came right out and it worked out pretty well. Well, it's nice to have a relaxing one every once in a while. Well, I'd say that's a pretty nice experience for today. Well, thank you all for coming along, my little co-pilots. Tomorrow, we will be starting our playthrough of Spyro 3. Last night we had to cancel our cartoon watch party, so we're actually having it tonight as well. We're having it tonight instead. So be sure to be there if you want to see a lot of Mickey cartoons. And then, gosh, well, there should be a poll up soon, and then there will also be a discussion post about a movie tonight in the Discord server. So if you want to be involved in all that stuff happening on Discord, be sure to join there. Follow and like and subscribe if you liked all that stuff I did today. I'll be seeing you guys later. Have yourselves a very good afternoon and a good night, whichever you're having right now. And that's all, folks.